Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into this massive, frankly, jarring contradiction right at the heart of the current AI boom. I mean, think about it.
How is it possible that an AI music artist can sign a multi-million-dollar record deal, while at the exact same time,
AI models are failing 96% of the time at basic freelance jobs? Are we standing on the edge of an entirely new era of human capability, or are we just inflating the most expensive economic bubble in history? Well, let's try and make sense of it, because right now, we're constantly bombarded with conflicting headlines, which makes it incredibly hard to tell if we're on the verge of some technological utopia or headed straight for a colossal financial collapse. Every single day, the narrative seems to swing wildly from AI is going to take all our jobs to actually AI is kind of a complete failure. Just look at this paradox.
on one hand, an AI music prompter recently secured a multi-million-dollar deal for a digital R&B artist named Zania Monet.
But then, on the flip side, a brand new Upwork study comes out showing that when AI is handed generalized professional tasks, it completely fails over 96% of the time. So how in the world can both of these things be true? To figure out how we ended up in this truly bizarre reality, we've got to trace the technology all the way back to its theoretical roots. Section 1. The foundations. You see, this is not a new conversation at all. It actually started way back in 1936 with Alan Turing's concept of the universal machine. He followed that up with his famous 1950 imitation game, which you probably know as the Turing Test. And those early foundational ideas about whether machines could actually mimic human intelligence, they directly set the stage for a seminal event, the 1956 Dartmouth Workshop, which is widely considered the official founding of artificial intelligence as an actual field of study. They literally believed that every single aspect of learning could be precisely described and simulated by a machine. It perfectly captures those audacious, sky-high expectations that have fundamentally plagued and propelled the whole field since day one. Now, those early expectations eventually crashed really hard into the harsh reality of hardware limits, which led to decades of stalled progress. But eventually, the field experienced what we can rightfully call its Big Bang moment. Section 2. The Deep Learning Bang. This massive shift started with a radical new approach to data. Back in the mid-2000s, a researcher named Fei-Fei realized that algorithms actually weren't the only bottleneck. She saw that these systems needed absolutely massive amounts of real-world data to actually learn anything useful. And that realization led to her creating ImageNet, which is this colossal data set of over 14 million hand-annotated images. The whole paradigm shifted almost overnight from obsessing over the models to obsessing over the data. And that specific focus on data, it set the stage for a total revolution. In 2012, a neural network called AlexNet, built by Alex Krzyzewski, Ilya Sutskever, and Geoffrey Hinton, absolutely crushed the ImageNet competition. Their recipe was surprisingly simple, but totally explosive. Take bigger neural networks, feed them Fei-Fei massive ImageNet dataset, and crunch all those numbers using two $500 Nvidia consumer GPUs. But here's the wild part. This breakthrough was really only possible because Nvidia's CEO Jensen Huang had made a massive, literally company-threatening bet way back in 2006. He subsidized a software stack called CUDA, which basically put general-purpose computing architecture onto every single gaming GPU they sold. Gamers didn't really care about this, but it made Nvidia's hardware absolutely perfect for the parallel computations you need for modern AI. So this crazy collision of incredibly rich datasets and highly accessible GPU computing paved the exact road into the generative age that we are living in right now. Section 3. The Generative Age. Let's look at how this all builds on itself. Step 1. AlexNet proves deep learning on GPUs works back in 2012. Step 2. That breakthrough leads directly to Google publishing their famous Attention is All You Need paper in 2017, which introduced the highly parallelizable transformer architecture. And step 3, that specific architecture directly enables the creation of large language models, which eventually exploded into the mainstream with ChatGPT and its record-breaking climb to 100 million users practically overnight. The financial result of this technological pipeline is just staggering. I mean, by early 2026, OpenAI's annualized revenue run rate reached $25 billion, fueled by over 50 million paid users. They went from a quiet research lab to one of the fastest-growing tech companies in human history. But despite the billions in revenue and off-the-charts hype, when the rubber actually meets the road in the real economy, well, we're starting to see some massive cracks in the facade. Section 4. Risks and Realities. When we look closely at that reality check from the Upwork Remote Neighbor Index, the results are pretty severe. Don't get me wrong, AI is great at narrow, isolated tasks like data retrieval or simple coding. But for multi-step, generalized freelance jobs, top models like Claude Opus 4.5 and Gemini failed over 96% of the time. They were frequently submitting corrupt files, leaving out key components, or turning in entirely unusable work that just didn't meet professional standards. So, the really crucial point here is exactly what Nvidia's Jensen Huang points out in this quote. We have to separate the tool from the human. AI might automate the mundane tasks like typing out the code or generating the pixels, but the actual underlying purpose of a job, that still requires human direction, problem solving, and imagination. And because so many people are treating AI as a complete replacement rather than just a tool, this push for infinite volume has resulted in the internet getting flooded with low-effort AI slop. We're talking about automated nursery rhyme scams clogging up YouTube, entirely fake Drake and Weekend collaborations pulling hundreds of thousands of streams, and real independent artists having their voices and music essentially stolen and monetized by unauthorized AI clones. A recent survey of nearly 2,500 companies found that for every dollar spent on AI, only 18 cents actually makes it into production. A staggering 82 cents of every single dollar is lost to friction. Stuff like reworking what the AI got wrong, fixing generated bugs, and just managing the whole implementation process. With $1 trillion already poured into infrastructure and so little immediate tangible return for a lot of these businesses, analysts are terrified of the shadow of another AI winter. Historically, an AI winter happens when sky-high hype drastically outpaces real-world utility, causing funding to just suddenly dry up. Foundational pioneers like Geoffrey Hinton have recently left the industry to raise the alarm on severe, even human extinction-level risks if this technology outpaces our ability to safely control it. But before we declare this entire era a complete failure and pack up our bags, we really have to look at the specialized frontier where AI is genuinely succeeding right now. Section 5. The Agentic Frontier. We are officially moving away from passive chatbots and moving toward agentic AI. These are systems like AutoGPT that can actively navigate the web, or thinking robotaxis like AppAmayo that can reason through real-world physical obstacles in real time. We're entering what's known as a 5-layer AI economy, where AI agents will actively negotiate and execute complex, multi-step plans completely on your behalf. And in highly specialized, narrow fields, the breakthroughs are just undeniable. Systems like DeepMind's AlphaGo mastered profoundly complex strategies. AlphaFold completely revolutionized biology by successfully predicting protein structures. And GPT-4 has been shown to answer medical exam questions correctly over 90% of the time, even diagnosing incredibly rare 1 in 100,000 medical conditions that totally baffle human doctors. So what this means for us is that while generalized automation is definitely struggling, AI as a hyper-competent specialized assistant, that is already here. The stakes have literally never been higher. As we transition from simple digital tools into autonomous agents, I'm going to leave you with this final thought to ponder. Are the massive financial losses and the flood of internet AI slop just the temporary growing pains of a technological revolution? Or are they the giant flashing warning signs of the biggest economic bubble in human history? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep questioning what you see.